Hello, my name is Chad Cass. I'm at Acoustic Sounds, and here today I'm going to talk about some high-quality audiophile recordings of female vocals. Some of the records I think that are outstanding and I think that I want y'all to know about and recommend to y'all. Hopefully you'll like them as much as I do. First album is Shelby Lynn, Just a Little Lovin'. She did this album kind of as a dedication to one of her favorite musicians, Dusty Springfield. And Al Schmidt did the recording. Awesome recording engineer. I think one of his first jobs, it was Hattori, the Mancini Hattori soundtrack. And we had Doug Sachs master this. It's a gatefold jacket from Stoughton. We did it both as a 33 and a 45. Unbelievable recording. The highest quality. I mean, it's one of the top. No question. Musically, sonically, I love it. Shelby Lynn is awesome. And it just doesn't get much better than this album. Another album in the same quality is Janician, Breaking Silence. Let me get one that doesn't have plastic on it. This is Janician, Breaking Silence. It was mastered by Doug Sachs. And just awesome sounding album. Gatefold. Highly recommended. Another good album in the same quality is Norah Jones, Come Away With Me, mastered by Kevin Gray. Gatefold, Stoughton, pressed at QR Pressing Plant, Quality Record Pressings. It's one of our biggest selling albums we've ever released. Norah Jones, Come Away With Me, highly recommended. All of those albums are very accessible. The wonderful sounds of female vocal. This has got Julie London, Cry Me a River, Ella Fitzgerald, Black Coffee, Phoebe Snow, Ricky Lee Jones, a little bit of each of female vocals. So if you want to just buy one album to try it and to see what I'm talking about, because it's got Holly Cole and Janician and Shelby Lynn, Patsy Cline, a little bit of everything. Great, great record, great recording. Liner was by Michael Frommer, pressing Quality Record Pressings, and mastering by Kevin Gray. So, Holly Cole, Temptation. Both Holly Cole, Temptation and Don't Smoke in Bed are highly recommended. Both awesome albums, sonically and musically. Holly Cole, Temptation on 45. Oh, here's Don't Smoke in Bed. So both of these highly recommended. Julie London. This is the original, and this is our reissue. Latin in a Satin Mood. Great album. Gatefold. Also, Julie Is Her Name, Volume 2. I highly recommend Volume 1. Julie Is Her Name, but also Julie Is Her Name, Volume 2. On Analog Productions, same as the Latin in a Satin Mood. Highly recommended. Gatefold, Stoughton Printing. Phoebe Snow. This was a great album. Let the Good Times Roll. Poetry Man. It was on Shelter Records. Highly recommended. Sonically, musically, just a great album. Very accessible. This was a big album in its time. I think about 1973. Okay, 1974. Great, great album. Highly recommended. Analog Productions. Ricky Lee Jones, It's Like This. This is at 45 RPM. Pressed at QRP. Same with the Phoebe Snow's 45 RPM. The first song is Showbiz Kids, the Steely Dan song. Now she does say a few dirty words, We've sold thousands and thousands of these. Everybody's blown away, but every now and then we get somebody that was offended. So for all of those that may be offended by a little bit of dirty language, if it offends, maybe this record isn't for you, I understand. But for everybody else that wants to be blown away, I mean, she's just trying to emphasize the point, you know what I'm saying? And she does it quite well. Highly recommend it. This is the original Nina Simone, her first album, Little Girl Blue. And I think we ran out of either the 45 or the 33. One of the two we're out of, and we're almost out of the other. Highly, highly recommended album. Very, very good. Recorded in 1957. Smoking album you'll love. And while I was going through this, another great album is the Ella Fitzgerald, Let No Man Write My Epitaph. Awesome album. She sings Black Coffee on it. Just solid, great. Highly recommended audiophile recording. Anyway, thank you all for listening. Hopefully you'll try some of these albums. Maybe just try the sampler, Wonderful Sounds of Female Vocal. If you want to be kept up to date with what's going on with new releases, sign up to Acoustic Sounds weekly email list. Subscribe to it, and you'll be getting emails at least once a week on the latest that's been released and what's to come out, and you'll be kept up to date with everything. Again, we appreciate your support. We're going to do more of these videos. I'm going to go through my collection and just pick out normal, everyday American pressings that I think are just outstanding. And we're just going to keep this rolling and keep this fun going, because this is my hobby. I know it's y'all's hobby. This is pretty much all I've done my whole life, and it's nice to share good recordings. A lot of my customers have shared these recordings. It's like, everybody's a chapter in the book, and this person recommends some records to me. I recommend it to another person. But I'm collecting all the recommendations, and when somebody recommends a record, I go and listen to it, and then if it blows me away, I'll try to license it. So basically, we're just all trying to share information with one another, because there are just so many thousand records, and there's so many records that don't sound that good. So, instead of you having to buy every Tennessee Ernie Ford or every Julie London album, or, let me recommend the best that I know of sonically and musically, and save you a whole lot of time and a whole lot of money. And we just keep sharing the information between us and help build our collections. Anyway, thank you very much for supporting vinyl. Thank you.